Hey there, YouTube watchers and wanderers. I'm coming at you today because I wanted to talk about something I'm super excited about. I'm gearing up in a couple of weeks to get my ass to Adepticon number 2017. It's something I've thought about for a couple of years, tried to justify putting money aside to do that, counterbalancing versus other holidays, etc., etc. Finally, I've made that happen. So it's a go. Things are booked. Everything's in motion. And I am hoping to do a series of videos leading up to that and also during Adepticon to give you folks who are not going a little bit of a virtual experience and, you know, work vicariously through me. So this opener here, I think I just want to talk about what Adepticon is and what I am going to be doing there. So let's surf over to the screen share. And we're going to jump to this. So this is the Adepticon site. For those of you that are unfamiliar with this, I'm surprised that you are, because it's a pretty big deal. But for those of you that are only tangentially involved in miniature gaming and mostly involved in other kinds of gaming, I guess that makes sense. So depending on when you're watching this, these are the dates: March 23rd to 26th of 2017. In Schaumburg, which is a suburb of Chicago. Now, Adepticon has been going for, I think, 15-ish years right now. And what I think that I'll give you a scope of understanding of is they do so many. Like this is, I think they advertise 400 plus different tournament events throughout the whole weekend. They also have hobby seminars, vendors, demo games, etc., etc. Everything to do with miniature game hobby. Now you can see right here, this is just a list of 40K related stuff right up in here. You can see that there's other popular things like Age of Sigmar, some Flames of War business, Star Wars and X-Wing events for Armada. Guild Ball seems to have a big presence, and everything else, right? Infinity, Malifaux, so on and so forth, right? War Machine, even historical stuff like Bolt Action, and they do spill out into a little bit of board games as well going on here. I don't know that they do board game tournaments, but I know that they have a library of available things. So what I am going to be doing at this event is I'm going to be doing some Malifaux on Thursday. This is the Enforcer Brawls, Henchman Hardcore stuff. I'm doing those things. Friday is largely a day off for me. I'm going to be doing 2 hobby seminars, which I'm quite fired up about. One of them is about sculpting miniatures by a fellow named Joe Orteza. And then later on in the evening, by a former Crystal Brush winner, Kirill Kanayev. He is going to teach me about lighting effects and the study of light with miniature painting. So I'm quite fired up about that. Now, maybe to also give you a little bit of background, what we did back in October, I think it was, is that's when registration opened for this. And it was pretty important, especially for the hobby events, to get signed up right away, because those are so limited. They're like 15 to 25 people per session. So if you're not there on the get-go, then that's trouble. They sell you a pass for Adepticon in a couple of ways. First off, your basic entry is $30. Now this doesn't sign you up for any events, but does allow you to come in and go around the vendor hall, participate in the demos, the open gaming, the board gaming, etc., etc. You can put into Crystal Brush painting category, and a few other things, sideline events that they have going on that's open to general public. You do have to sign up for each individual event, and those cost a range of dollars. Nothing outlandish though, like certainly not any more than you would for a local GT or event in your neighborhood. What I did though is I tacked on this extra premium weekend badge upgrade. This was only an extra $25, and this entitles you to get a swag bag and a 15th anniversary pin to commemorate your time at Adepticon. Now, the swag bag, I understand from a lot of folks, is pretty legendary. Like, it has almost always a handful of free models and hobby materials in there. Certainly far more than $25 worth in that. I remember watching a couple videos of folks that are unboxing theirs, and it just seemed to go on for ages. It's full of, you know, special vouchers and coupons for vendors around the hall as well. So I figured that, you know, $25 investment, I would snap that up. What I didn't do, though, because there's a couple things I didn't understand about this. This higher level here at an extra $95 is the VIG pass, and it gets you that swag bag. Sure, that's good. There are a few things that in that swag bag are only for VIGs, and I don't know that has been a significant difference in the previews that I've seen of past years. I might be wrong about that, or maybe I just looked at it in a different way. But I didn't figure it was $70. Couldn't imagine it was $70 value. Mind you, you do get a T-shirt and a pub glass, as it says here, and some entries into their charity raffle for an armies that they're raffling off. But here's the one thing I didn't understand about this line right here. Preferred registration line. Am I missing something about this? Like, when you go and register, I guess you got to stand in line to get your initial badge for the whole weekend. But that's it, isn't it? Like, aren't you done after that? Maybe somebody can explain to me what other lines you might be avoiding if you were to do this. Anyway, just a thought. If somebody has some understanding of what goes on beyond there, please comment down below afterwards, because yeah, I don't get it. I don't know what that's for. Anyway, so let's go back to here, and yeah, come back in here for a sec. So the reason I wanted to propose this first off is because, as I said, I arrived Wednesday night, gaming on Thursday, not the whole day, but much of it. Friday is pretty empty until about 7 p.m., at which time I go and do some hobby classes in the evening. And then what I guess I didn't say earlier is both Saturday and Sunday, I'm doing a 9th Age Grand Tournament, which is going to be 5 games over the 2 days. But what I think would be really cool, especially within the YouTube community, is I expect to meet lots of faces and connect with a bunch of people that are both subscribers and YouTube creators. And I hope to do that on the Friday. We have a Warhammer YouTubers Facebook group for those that are content creators, and we've pitched in there, and we're trying to settle on a meeting place for Friday that hopefully works for most people. So I'm hoping to do that. But if you are watching this and you are going to be in Adepticon, please connect with me here, put some comments in, and we'll work something out. We'll find a way to connect with each other on Friday at least, or sometime during that weekend if you have a different schedule than me. I'll try to work it out. So that's it for the time being. Next video, we'll talk about other things that I'm doing for prep for Adepticon. And for now, signing off.